Good morning, students. How are you all? Hope you all are fine and doing well. Myself, Alok, your moral science teacher, I would like to welcome you in this moral science class. Dear students, in last class we have completed lesson number 8, and in today's class we are going to start a new lesson, that is the lesson number 9. Let me remind you that what you have studied in lesson number 8. In lesson number 8 we have that completed in lesson. We have seen that Kibomi is reaching to Mr. Mukembe's house, okay, and there he's taking bath and all, and then after he wants to render his service in Mr. Mukembe's shop. But Mrs. Mukembe, she is saying that you must take rest because you must be tired, so you may start next day. But Kibomi, he was not feeling to take rest, so what he is doing? He is sitting under the shade of a tree, and then he is seeing that Chungu and Lolinda both are collecting some of the students, neighboring student, and having a class there. Okay, and in the class that while watching the class he start feeling sleepy, and that time he thinks about first his father and then old Kungu man. And when he was about to sleep, that time he is listening the words that all the children they were memorizing, like ye are the fruits of one tree and the leaves of one branch, like that only that story it gets over. Now after that we are going to study in lesson number 9. So let's start that class. So here lesson number 9 is there. So at first I will read this two paragraph, and then after I will explain you these two paragraphs. Okay, so please try to understand. So here it is given, the next morning Mr. Mukembe shows Kibomi around the repair shop and teaches him how to fix a few things. Late in the afternoon, Lolinda, Chungu and Kibomi walk down to the nearby river. They climb on a large branch that hangs over the water and sit down. Was it scary traveling on your own, Kibomi? Asks Chungu. At first I was frightened, answers Kibomi, but now when I think about it, it seems like I was being protected. So now please try to understand. It is very simple, that it is explained here in these two paragraphs, that next morning, Mr. Mukembe, what he is doing, he is showing Kibomi all around the shop, in the shop what things are available and what exactly he has to do all the work. Mr. Mukembe is explaining to Kibomi that how you can fix the things. Okay, and then after, at the late afternoon, all three children like Lolinda, Chungu and Kibomi, all three are going nearby the river. There near that village one river was there, so that river everyone is going that river, near the river. Okay, and what they are doing, all they are climbing on a large tree. That tree is there near that river, a tree is there. On that tree all three are climbing, and one branch is hanging over the water, like river is there over the water, one branch is there. On that branch all three are climbing and sitting there. Okay, and then Chungu is asking to Kibomi that Kibomi, was it a scary traveling on your own? That because from your village continuously you are traveling for 4 or 5 days, alone you have traveled. So was it a scary? Were you afraid? That thing Kibomi is asking to whom? To Chungu. Chungu is asking to whom? Kibomi. Now Kibomi is explaining or replying that at first I was frightened. Kibomi is replying that at first when I ran from the home, that time I was frightened, that time I was afraid. But now when I think now over all the events, now I am feeling that I was being protected. It means maybe someone was protecting me. It means who was protecting Kibomi? That God. Okay. So it means like that. Kibomi is explaining that when at beginning he ran from his village. That time I was frightened. I was running here and there. I was frightened. I was hiding myself. But when I'm thinking now this all the events, so I'm feeling that I was being protected. It means someone was protecting me. Okay, so like this, these two paragraphs are over. Now I'm turning the page. Now the next paragraph here, it is given that Kibomi tells them about the kind old Kungu men, the Adumbu soldiers, the Kungu children who had lost their parents, and about the way he met Mr. Mukembe near the stadium. I was tempted to go to war, but when I saw the Kungu children, I knew I could not kill people. My father wanted me to work for the good for the world. I kept wondering what I could do to help people. In our journey, in our junior youth group, we talk about things like that, says Lolinda. We are studying a book called Drawing on the Power of the Word. What is a junior youth group? Asks Kibomi. It's a group of youth our age. We meet every week, study together, and learn to do things. Something we carry out service projects, explains Lolinda. Now what happened? In this paragraph it is explained that Kibomi tells them about the kind old Kungu man. Like when Kibomi was explaining that, he was saying that I was being protected, and he explained about that kind old Kungu man, that what happens in his way. And then after he explained about the Adumbu soldiers to whom Kibomi met, who was asking them to join the rebel army and take revenge from the Kungu persons. Okay. And then after he explained that I met the Kungu children who has lost their parents like me. Okay. And about the way he met Mr. Mukembe near the stadium. Then he explained at the last, on the way I met Mr. Mukembe near the stadium. Now he's explaining Kibomi that I was tempted to go to war. Means at beginning I was very much eager. I was tempted, that I was feeling that I should join the army, and I should join the war. I should take the revenge. But when I saw that Kungu children, that time I knew that I could not kill these people. That time I realized that I should not join the rebel army, because I can't kill the people. Okay. And then my father wanted me to work for the good for the world. Okay. My father always, he was saying that try to do the things which will make this world a better place. Okay. So I kept wondering what I could do to help people. He's saying that now I'm always I'm thinking that what I should do, how I can make this world a better place, what I could do to help the people. He's thinking like, he's saying that Kibomi is saying. After listening this all, that Lolinda, she's explaining that in our junior youth group, we talk about these things, like whatever you are asking about this, all the things we are talking in our junior youth group, Lolinda is saying. And she is also explaining that we all are studying a book that is name is the Drawing on the Power of the World. Book's name is Drawing on the Power of the World. Okay, so this thing who is saying? Lolinda is saying. After saying the Lolinda, again Kibomi is asking what is a junior youth group. Then again Lolinda is explaining it is a group of youth of our age. It means, since Lolinda is saying that it is the youth, group of youths. Okay, it is the group of youth of our age, like which age is the Chungu, Kibomi and Lolinda are there. So it is the group of the youths of our age. It means from 11 to 14 years. Means the youth whose age is from 11 to 14 years, they are called junior youth. Okay, they are not completely become youth, but they are the junior youth from 11 to 14 years. Okay, so that group is known as the junior group. She is explaining who Lorinda is explaining, and then also she is that explaining that we met every week. All we youth, that junior youth group, we met every week we are meeting. Okay, and study together we are studying and learning to do things. So many things we are learning there and trying to do something. And sometimes we carry out service project also. She is explaining that Lolinda, sometime in our group, youth group, sometimes we are carrying the service project also, some service work also we are doing. Okay, now the next page. And then, I belong to a group too, says Chungu. Then after Chungu is explaining that I also belong to a group. Like Lorinda is belonging to a group, in the same manner I also belong to a group, and we are studying another book. Chungu is explaining that we are studying another book, and that book is Bridges of Confirmation. Okay, that book we are studying. Now Kibomi is asking, are you learning how you can help make the world a better place? Ask Kibomi. Now Kibomi is asking that, are both of you are learning how to make this world a better place? Now what happened? Now nobody has the answer. Now then neither Lolinda nor Chungu, no, both of them are not having the answer now. Lolinda and Chungu do not know how to answer this question. Okay, and after a long silence, Lolinda starts saying that. What she is saying? That our words have real power. Means what we are speaking, our words, it has real power. Okay, especially when they are joined with pure deeds. When you are doing, when it is your words are joined with pure deeds, then it is having a special power. Okay, so we are learning to use the power of the word in this class. Which class Lorinda is studying? So she is saying that in my class, in junior youth class, there we are studying that how we can use our power of our word. Okay, then Kibomi is explaining the speaker in the stadium. The speaker in the stadium, his words had power, but he was teaching people to hate. Now Kibomi is saying that the person who was speaking in a stadium, he was also having the power in his words, but he was not utilizing that power to make the people, for the betterment of the people. He was teaching people to hate each other. Okay. Now Lolinda is explaining words can be used for good or bad, says Lolinda. Lolinda is now explaining that whatever words we are speaking, the power of our words, we can use, you can utilize that word in different manners. If you want, we can use for the good also, for the bad also we can use our words. In one of our meeting, she is explaining that Lolinda is explaining, in one of the meeting, the animator of our group explained to us that we should build and not destroy. Lolinda is explaining that in one of our meeting, when we were having class, in one of our meeting, our main animator, now here animator word is used. Animator means, the person who is taking class, who is the taking class of the junior youth class, they are called the animator. Okay, animator word, it is meaning is that especially that who is taking class, who is taking care of the youth, who is teaching that, making them that understand all the things, so that person is known as the animator. Okay, so she is explaining Lolinda that in our animator, in one of the meeting, he was explaining that we should use that we should build, not to destroy. We should use our words to build something, not to destroy. Okay, and the book we are studying help us to understand the importance of working for the material and spiritual progress of all people. Okay, and then she also explaining that the book which we are studying, it helps us to understand the importance of working for the material and spiritual progress of all people, how we can work for the progress of material and spiritual both for the people. See who's explaining? Lolinda is explaining. Now Kibomi wonders what material and spiritual progress means. Now that Kibomi is thinking that what is the material and spiritual progress means. Then he remembers Lolinda and Chungu teaching the children the day before. Then suddenly when he was thinking this all, that time only he remembers the Lolinda and Chungu, that how both were teaching the children a day before there. Okay, so now his heart is filled with admiration for his two new friends. Now when he was thinking about Lolinda and Chungu, that Kibomi's heart, it is filled with admiration for his new friend, that yeah, they are very less in a small age, and like, and they start serving the people. They are young like me. Kibomi is thinking that they both are the young like me, and he thinks to himself, and they have already begun to contribute to the betterment of the world. They are like my age, but they start contributing to the betterment of the world. Okay, so like this the story is over of lesson number 9. So now we are going to the question answer. Okay, question answer of this chapter number 9. Whatever things I have explained, on the basis of my explanation, now here some question answers are there. So let's understand the question answer. Question number 1, it is given, where do Lolinda, Chungu and Kibomi go late in the afternoon? Late in the afternoon, where all three kids are going, all three children are going. So answer is, late in the afternoon, Lolinda, Chungu and Kibomi go to the nearby river. Go to the nearby river. Okay. The next question is, what does Chungu ask Kibomi? Means what does Chungu ask Kibomi? So it is very easy. Chungu, what Chungu has asked? So answer is, Chungu asks Kibomi, was it scary traveling on your own? Okay. So this is asked by Chungu. Now the next question, question number 3. How does Kibomi answer? Now question is that how does Kibomi answer? Kibomi answers that at first he was frightened, but now when he thinks about it, it seems like he was being protected. Okay, he was being protected. Now question number 4. What is question number 4? Question number 4, it is given here that what books are Lolinda and Chungu each studying in their junior youth group? Which book they are studying? So answer is, Lolinda is studying drawing on the power of the word. Sorry, here by mistake it is here work. It will be word, power of the word. Okay, so you will correct it, drawing on the power of the word. And Chungu is studying bridges of confirmation in their junior youth group. Okay, so here mistake is work is there. So by mistake, by tapping mistake is there. So here you will write word. Lolinda is studying drawing on the power of the word, and Chungu is studying bridges of confirmation in their junior youth group. Okay. Now the next question, number 5. What is a junior youth group? Now question is that what is the junior youth group? So answer is, junior youth group is a group of youths whose age are from 11 to 14 years. Okay. Now next, question number 6. What does Kibomi ask Lolinda and Chungu? So answer is that Kibomi asked Lolinda and Chungu that are they learning how they can help make the world a better place? Question number 7. How does Lolinda answer? The answer is like this. Lolinda says that they are learning to use the power of the word. Okay. The next question, it is question number 8. What does Kibomi say about the speaker in the stadium? Kibomi says about the speaker in the stadium that his words had power, but he was teaching people to hate. Okay. Now question number 9. What does the book that Lolinda and her group are studying help them to understand? The answer is, the book Lolinda and her group are studying help them to understand the importance of working for the material and spiritual progress of all people. Okay. Now I think this is the last question. Question number 10. What does Kibomi think about when he remembers the children's class taught by Lolinda and Chungu? The answer is, when Kibomi remembers the children's class taught by Lolinda and Chungu, he thinks that they are young like me and they have already begun to contribute to the betterment of the world. Okay, so in this manner you will write. Now question answer, it is over. Now today's assignment. Okay, so here first assignment, it is read lesson 9 nicely and try to understand. Once again you will read whole chapter lesson number 9 nicely. Okay, and try to understand. And second homework is that do the question and answer of lesson 9 in your copy and learn nicely. And whatever all the questions, 10 questions are there, all the question answer you will write in your copy and try to learn all the questions. Okay students, so in this manner now lesson is going to over. Thank you students, thank you everyone, and you will complete this all the work. Have a nice day students.